Growing up in Reynoldsburg, I was literally the only non-white person in the entire school. And so that meant during school plays, I either had to play Squanto the Indian or Martin Luther King, which was fine. And but my parents, they did a great job raising me. They always told me to always be proud of who I am and never be ashamed of where I come from. And I really started to realize they were doing that for me when I got older. I remember specifically my sophomore year of high school, I was on the wrestling team, and we were at a wrestling tournament in Steubenville, Ohio, an even smaller town. And the person I had to wrestle was a girl. And so I go up to her, I'm like, hi, see, I'm a Muslim, and I don't think I can wrestle you because I'm a male, and you're a woman, and out of respect for the opposite gender, I feel a little awkward, you know, wrestling. I don't know if I can do that. And again, this is Steubenville, Ohio. So she comes up to me, and she's like, oh my God, that's so cool. You're a Muslim? I'm a Sagittarius. And so I didn't know what to do, so I was like, fine. I just went ahead and wrestled her, and it was just awkward. And so I just went ahead, and I just let her win the match. Yeah, I let her win the match. And but luckily, my parents, they weren't there in the audience watching me, because I knew if they were there, they'd start making fun of me. But my brother was there, and so he's driving me home that night, and I go up to him, and I'm like, whatever you do, don't tell Mom and Dad that I just lost to a girl, whatever you do. And my brother's like, nah, man, I would never do that. I'm your bro. So the next day, I'm getting ready to go to school, and I can't find my car keys anywhere. And my mom comes up to me, and she goes, Aman, I have your keys. But if you want them back, you have to wrestle me for them. Sometimes you get a lot of ignorant questions, you know, do you not eat this? What can't you eat? Who do you worship? And sometimes it would get frustrating. It's like for the 100th time, we don't, you know, worship cows. For the, you know, 3,000th time, our God is the same as your God. Or I'm Indian, not the Native American kind. I don't live in teepees. And you deal with these questions, but I would never really get annoyed by it. Sometimes I might get a little tired, but in this town, I might be the only minority they might ever meet. And that might be the only exposure they'll have to learn something about it. And so who am I to close that intuition in that person? If I do get angry, you know, being a Muslim or even being an Indian or minority, you know, there's always those stereotypes of people being angry and irritated and, you know, bitter or whatever. And I would just be reinforcing those things. If I were to get upset by every little thing that I heard on a daily basis or on a weekly or a monthly basis, I'd have trouble getting up in the morning. And I feel like as a people, as Muslims or as minorities or whatever you want to call us, I feel like we will only be able to overcome these hardships and overcome this getting a bad rap if we give a positive spin to it, if we counter this ignorance with just kindness and gestures of goodwill.